And my microphone has been on mute the whole time, so that's awesome. Um, you'll need to tell me these things. I literally just went live with my microphone turned off. So that's how my day is going. No, it's a wonderful day today. How's everyone doing? Come in, say hi in the comments. It's always nice to know I'm not talking to myself. As always, I have a massive list of things to talk about, but I always want to take your questions. I want this to be a conversation, just like we're sitting down, having a coffee or vitamin water or whatever it is that you're drinking, so that I can help you with whatever you're facing. So, as Cindy said, oh, that's better. Yeah, I'm good at that. I'm really good at that. I've even done podcast recordings without the microphone on, which, as you can imagine, is not helpful at all. Cindy said she's fabulous. Welcome. Come in, come in. I can see you watching. You're lurking. Who's lurking? Say hi. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if there's anything that I can help you with, if there's anything that's come up in the last week, any situations that you might want some advice on. Maybe someone is being a jerk. I know I was working with one of my students last week who has this woman who is very upset about the fact that 8x10s are cutting off some of the photo. And we're trying to figure out like a nice way to tell her, lady, 8x10 is from film. That's like old school. So come in and say hi. Say hi in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I can answer for you, anything I can help you with. Today, I am working on podcast episodes. We are still in our website cycle right now, which means the stuff I have on my list today is going to be SEO and website stuff. But if you have a question, I would love to help you with whatever you're facing, whatever you're struggling with. Maybe there's something in particular that you need help with, and I am happy to help. So let me know what you're feeling, what you're working on, what you need help with in the comments. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram, I think it's going on Instagram. I don't even know. If you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram, all of the comments are in the Business Straight Up Facebook group, which is at businessstraightUp.com/community, because my brain goes into overload if I have 5 different places to watch comments. So we're going to keep it in one place. So join the Facebook group, businessstraightUp.com/community. I promise we have a ton of fun. One of my love languages is memes and GIFs. And so come into the group and ask your questions in the comments. You can also DM me ahead of time or send me an email at hello@businessstraightup.com if you have a question, but you can't watch live, because I'm happy to answer it. And then you can watch the replay. So if you have any questions, let me know in comments. Please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to move forward with my list of things that I wanted to talk about. So as you may or may not know, right now is website season. March is website season. And the reason that I say that is because, y'all, I am on a mission to get photographers and creatives to start using their website in a way that is empowering for them and grows their business. This is not just a digital billboard that you slap up with your work on it. This is something that is so much more than that. This is your home on the internet. This is your virtual handshake to anyone who is interested in what you do. And it's super important that it represents not only your best work, but how someone is going to feel when they actually come to work with you. Because if your website is hard to figure out, it's clunky, the navigation doesn't work, the links don't work, they're going to wonder about whether working with you will be the same. And that's really, really hard to know. So come in the comments in the Facebook group. Say hi where you're watching, because I can see you guys watching. You're just not talking. But say hi in the comments and let me know if you have any questions. Any questions at all. But today, if you guys don't ask questions, we're going to talk about websites, because I see this so often. I see so many creative businesses who will hand me a business card if I go to like an event, and they're like, oh, but don't look at my website. And I just wonder, why the hell are you handing me a card with your website on it if you don't want me to look at it? Because someone told you had to? Like, you get to make the rules. You are the boss. So Cindy said, oh, right. I need my website to help me because I'm getting 0 leads right now. I'm okay with this at the moment since I'm learning about branding and TikTok and all the marketing things. So here's kind of an unpopular opinion, truth bomb of glitter, if you will. If your website is not where you want it to be, why would you keep working on all of these other marketing channels that will be sending people to a website you hate? Your website's a foundation. I know that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. But when it comes to things like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook groups and all this stuff, they're amazing. And I do them all too. And I have a ton of fun. I often call my Facebook group, my VIP group for my clients, my little safe haven in the fuckery that is Facebook. Yes, I literally say that. My husband goes, you can't say fuck. I'm like, yes, I can. Because I love my Facebook group. But the bottom line is that I'm running a business. And so I love my clients, and that really is my safe haven of encouragement and empowerment, and just a place where other women are lifting each other up. It is also a place that I am directing people to my website. So if your website is not where you want it to be, if you don't absolutely love it, then working on other marketing channels might be more difficult. Because where are you sending all of these leads? Where are you sending all of these people? So Cindy said, I'm getting 0 leads right now. Cindy, I would love to know what your traffic is on your website, because that is a huge indicator. If you have 1,000 people a day visiting your website and no one is contacting you, there's a disconnect. So we would need to look at your website and figure out, where are people leaving? And you can find out all of this information in Google Analytics. It's free. Okay. And if you're not using Google Analytics, please get that code on your website, because even if you don't know how to use it, even if you're like, I have no idea what I'm looking at, if you at least get the code on your website, then you can start to use it in the future, so that when you have the time to actually look at it, you have data to look at. Because if you don't put the code on there, you won't have anything to look at. Cindy said, I am happy with my website based on what I now know, which is obviously not as much as you. Oh, girl, we're all learning every single day. But there's definitely something wrong with it since it's not getting me clients. So your website is your home, but much like your home, if people don't know where to go, they're not going to make it to your home. So I would wonder, how are you getting them to your website? So I would love to know your traffic, because that'll be a huge indicator as to whether it's your website, or maybe we just don't have the traffic yet. Do we need to generate more traffic? Because if you are happy with your website, then we definitely want to generate more traffic to your website, in which case I would start looking at other marketing channels. So I'm hoping that all of this makes sense to you guys, because all of these things work together. They are not independent of each other. They all work together. So for instance, if you are happy with your website and you love it, even if it's not perfect, because you guys, I have a huge long list of website changes that I want to make too. Okay. So this is a never ending thing. This is a live, living, breathing thing that will change constantly. But if you're happy with your website, then it's time to start looking at adding traffic to your website. So whether that is through partnering with businesses or other marketing methods, which I go over in my Boudoir Marketing Masterclass. I really hesitated to call it boudoir because it works for all of the genres, really. It's just basic marketing principles. So let me pull my podcast episode so that I can give you the episode number about how I organize all the changes that I want to make on my website. You would think I would remember it by now. I think it's 38, but let me make sure, because knowing, okay, it's 36. I was close. So go to businesstradeup.com/036 if you have a ton of changes that you want to make on your website and you are feeling overwhelmed and you're like, how the hell do I organize all of this and keep track without spending every second of every day on it? Go to episode 36 and watch the video. It's also on YouTube, so that you can see how I keep track of things. Cindy, do you know your traffic to your website? That would be something that I would be very interested to know, because let's see, she said, one thing I noticed, most people are not going past my homepage. So there are a few things to consider. One, these people are not your people, and that's okay. So maybe they are not interested in what you have to offer, and they came to your homepage through another method. So it's funny, I actually rank for some really odd keywords. Years and years and years ago, I did a blog post on something happened at the Olympics about like a French swimming team, or I don't even remember the details, but I did a blog post on that and I ranked for those keywords for a long time. So what that means is that in the search engine, my website is popping up for these keywords specifically. And so if people came to my website because of that, they're going to be very disappointed because that's not what they're looking for. So that is a possibility. Unique visitors, 152 visits, 158. Cindy, is that per day, per month? Let me know. Let me pull my photography website analytics. Because seriously, guys, if you don't have Google Analytics, at least on your website, you need to have that on there so it's at least pulling data. So I have about 2,000 a week on my photography website, which is good for me. And then I have to look at the number of inquiries that are actually coming in from my website, because that will give me a conversion rate. It will tell me how well my website is converting, right? And I know the numbers for a while back, but I don't know them right now currently. I would have to do some calculations, but Cindy has 152 per month. And Cindy, how many people are contacting you from your website? And because I'm nosy, I'm going to go pull her website. Excuse me. Does anyone else feel like super scared to even cough right now? Like, I'm not sick at all, but holy moly, I feel like if you cough, people look at you like you've got the plague. Like, I swear I don't. I'm good. Okay, so Cindy says zero leads. Okay, so we have 158 visits a month with 0 leads. Cindy, just looking at some overall things right now that you can look at. I am looking at your Facebook profile, and we are Facebook friends, so I can see your full profile depending on, of course, what you want me to see. But I cannot find any information about your business on your profile. So that would be my first red flag. Is I went to go look for your website and I don't see it on your Facebook profile at all. So let me go in here and Google to find you. And if I can't find you in Google, that's another red flag. I cannot find you in Google. So another red flag. People aren't able to find you. So 152 visitors a month with 0 leads means that there's a disconnect on your website, but we can also get those visitors up if we start to implement some of these things. I need to see you on your Facebook profile. Your personal profile needs to have some information about where you work. What do you do? What if someone is like a friend of yours and someone that they know wants what you do, and they're like, oh my gosh, girl, you have to go to Cindy, she's amazing, but they can't find your information easily? That's a problem. We need to make sure that your personal page has at least your business page attached to it or your website on it. Something needs to point people to where they can find you. Also, when I do a search just for your name and photography on Google, nothing is coming up. So that's another red flag. So send me your website address and I'll take a look at your website and I can tell you why you're not getting leads. But with 158 visits a month, you should be getting, oh, I forget what the average conversion is. Let's see, 158, oops. Technology and 158 times 0.05. So at 5% conversion rate, that would be about between 7 and 8 leads a month at your current visits. And She said, when I'm out in public, I feel like I have the plague. I know, right? And then if you're super talented like me and you basically choke on your own saliva, then you look really good to everyone else. Okay, so Cindy is at Boudoir XOXO. Okay, so I have pulled up your website and let me share my screen real quick. Actually, before I do that, Cindy, can you let me know in comments if you're okay with me sharing your screen and ripping this apart? Because I do it in love. I swear, I'm not trying to be mean. Let me know in comments if you're okay with that, though. And then we will pull your website and I'll give you some feedback on how to change it into a website that converts more instead of just looking pretty. Because it does look pretty. She said, yes, that's fine. Okay. I always want to have permission first, right? Because anyone who knows me knows that I am truly doing it to be kind and help. But for someone that doesn't know that, it would not look good. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I shared the wrong screen. Let's try this again. Okay. Can you guys let me know if you can see Cindy's website? And I'm going to move my other screen so that I can see comments on the other side. So let me know if you can see Cindy's website, because I am going to share a few bits of information just to help her start converting those people that are visiting her website. So she has 158 visits a month without any leads. So we're going to talk about why that is and look at the website, because you can learn so much from what people are doing. So first, I would look at your exit page in analytics. She said most people are not getting past her homepage. And what I'm seeing first is a very obvious boudoir photo, which is not a bad thing. But I also want to remind you that if people are coming here and they don't know that that's what you do, or they're coming here from another source that has nothing to do with boudoir, like I shared with you about my French swimming team keywords, then when they get to your website, they're going to immediately be turned off. So please know that's not a bad thing, okay? But what we need to do is to get more people that are interested in what you do over to your website. That way you're not getting the wrong people on your website, because that's an option too. So first things first, as always, whenever I do these website reviews, this is my disclaimer. I am looking at this on a desktop. You absolutely need to make sure to look at the mobile site as well. Because if you look at your analytics, I would bet anything that at least half of the people visiting your website are on mobile. And if the mobile device, or I'm sorry, the mobile website is a poor experience, that could be why you're losing them as well. And they're not going past your homepage. So absolutely look at the mobile. Let's see. I love this big image here, but it's too big. So you need to bring it down a little bit because we don't have any calls to action above the fold. So when I'm showing you this, above the fold means what do I see before I have to scroll? And there's no calls to action up here at all. So I need a contact button or a book your session today button or any of that. I love that we have Rhode Island's and the local information here, which is great. However, I was unable to find your information. Here, let's just type it in. Rhode Island Boudoir. So we have you on Google. You need reviews there, girl. But I don't see you in the list at all. The not is ranking higher than you. So we'll fix that. Don't worry. I got you. Oops. I hit the wrong button. It's all right. It's all right. Here we go. Oh, see, Zoom is hiding what I need. Okay, there we go. So we need a call to action above the fold, which means before someone has to scroll, they should have a way to contact you or book their session immediately, right off the bat. First thing they pull up in your website should be a way to contact you. As we scroll down, love the information, and I'm doing this very quickly just for the live, so I'm not reading every single word. I love the way it's laid out though. Ooh, look at you and your email marketing. Fabulous. It always makes me a little warm and fuzzy inside when I see someone's email pop up. Read our love letters. Love the sliding thing. I will tell you, double check that on mobile because sometimes it doesn't translate well on mobile. And for some reason, and this is silly, but when studies are done, they don't like sideways slideshows. Personally, I like them, but just kind of something to be aware of. Cindy said, thanks to you. I know the email marketing thing. How many people are on your list? Let me know in the comments. Natalie said, you're so good at this. Great advice. Valeria said, yes. Good. I hope this is helpful for you guys. So we have the VIP Facebook group here, which is awesome. Book your session. Oh, why is this at the bottom? No. We need this way above the fold. So what you're doing is you're basically requiring someone to scroll all the way down. Now they can click contact here. Oh, no, actually they can't. The link doesn't work. This is linked. So you can always tell where the link is going. If you look down here in the lower right corner in Chrome, whenever I hover over something, you'll see the link pop up and where it's going. And that's going, contact is broken. So we need to fix that. Experience is working. So contact, the one you need is the one that's broken. She said, that's not good. It's supposed to work. I know, I feel you. 5. She has 5 on her list. That's okay. You know what? Everyone wants more, right? Everyone wants more leads, more emails, more people on their list, more people in their group. And I get it because that usually means more revenue. But the reality is that if you're not showing up for the people that you have now, why would you have more? And so many people don't understand that. Sometimes that's even hard for me because when I do these lives and no one's like interacting with me, it's really hard to remember that I still need to show up because I do have so many people that want to hear what I have to say. Just because they couldn't make it at that specific time doesn't mean they're not there. So I know that that's hard. She said she has 5 on her email list, but still show up for them. Still show up, talk to them, interact with them. So fix your contact link, girl. But what you're doing is you're forcing everyone to scroll all the way down to the bottom to contact you. And people are lazy. I wish that we weren't. I wish that we as a human race were not as lazy as we are, but we are. So absolutely give people a way to get down here quickly without having to scroll the whole thing. So one thing you can do is, depending on how your website is set up, if it's set up into sections, you can link to a section. So what I mean is you can put a link right here that says book your session now, that will just link them down here to this form. Keep them on the same page, but it will link them down. Or you can link them to your contact page, which I'm guessing is where this one is supposed to go. So you have to make it super easy for people to contact you. I actually wrote an article about calls to action a while back, and so many people tell me, no, I don't really need calls to action. The bottom line is that you do need to tell people what the next step is. People are lazy. Money is like water. It follows the path of least resistance. If you are blocking people from contacting you, and you may not think you are, but if you're making it really difficult, people are lazy. They are not going to contact you. So you have to make it super, super, super easy. So fix this contact link. You need to add something up here so that someone can contact you. This is text, which is good. I know that because I can do this. So sometimes people will just put text onto an image, like in Photoshop. And that is a no. That's a definite no, because then Google doesn't see the text. So from an SEO standpoint, Google doesn't see that text. And so you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to SEO. I know that it gives you the placement that you want. I used to do it too. But it will not give you the search results that you want. Cindy said, yes, okay, this makes perfect sense. So you definitely need a contact link here. You need to fix that one down below. Session info about portfolio, blog, book a shoot. Is your book a shoot page where your contact link goes? It looks like it. Fabulous. Okay, contact form is loading, so that's good. We have a contact form check-in because I can't even tell you how many people didn't know that their contact page isn't working. I love that you have your email right here as well. I cannot even tell you how many times contact pages don't load for whatever reason. The code doesn't load properly. Maybe they're bad on mobile or whatever, and people don't even know how to contact you. So Cindy said, I fixed the contact link, and yes, that's where it goes. So I know that you want to use this terminology of book a shoot, and I understand that. And you can leave it there, but I would also add a link on the top in your menu that says contact. Because again, what if someone just wants more information, but they're not ready to book a shoot? Then they may not even know where to go. So if you want to leave that there, that's cool. You can, but we also need a contact link, a contact, a way that someone can contact you and go, I am not really sure if I should be doing this. This is really scary, especially when it comes to boudoir, because I cannot even tell you how many people reach out to me and I send them information and they don't book me for another year. It just happens. So you might have someone who is not ready to book just yet. They just want to know what's involved. Like, am I going to be taking my clothes off in front of some creeper, especially because your name is not all over your website because you have a different name for your business? You need to give someone the opportunity to contact you without actually making the commitment of booking, if that makes sense. So I would personally remove home right here because the logo is a link to your homepage. So I would remove this link completely and put contact there instead. And then link that to your contact page because your contact page is set up wonderfully. I might make it a little more personal just to talk about like, who the hell am I contacting? Where am I sending my personal information? What does all of this look like? So on your contact page, I might make it a little more personal, like, hey, I'm Cindy. I can't wait to talk with you, kind of thing. You don't have to. I don't think that's a must, but just giving some feedback. Remember, boudoir is very scary for a lot of people, and it's hard for us to remember that because we're so used to it and we're so immersed in it, but it's pretty scary for some people. So they may be like, where the hell am I sending my name and email address? Who am I talking to? So you might want to make that a little more personal, but I would lose the home completely because the logo in the upper left corner is your home link. And that is kind of standard across the board, meaning that someone's logo, and that's even the same for like Yahoo. It's even the same for Facebook. So Facebook spends literally billions of dollars on this stuff. So if they know what's up, then I'm going to trust their $1 billion marketing advisors because I do not have a $1 billion budget. So get rid of home, add contacts. You can leave book a shoot there. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying meet people where they're at, and someone might not be ready for that commitment, especially the commitment phobes like myself. I had been married twice and had never had a mortgage because it scared me. So just something to think about. And you guys, I'm more than happy to do a full website review. And Cindy, I can do one for you as well. Probably not right now, though, just because in the live, I try to keep it to questions specifically, but I am happy to do a website review. I am admittedly behind on these, so please know that I'm not ignoring you. We literally have a spreadsheet where we keep track of all of them, and then I go in and record them, and they go on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go on YouTube and learn from other people's websites too, you definitely can before you put yourself out there, because it is scary to get feedback on things. So high five for Cindy for putting yourself out there, because I know it's hard to have someone pull apart something that you worked so hard on. And usually websites are not very easy to put everything together, right? It can be kind of overwhelming. So high five for that. I'm going to refresh your page real quick just to double check that contact link since you said you fixed it. She did. Fabulous. Okay. Another quick note, and again, I'm not doing a full website review on this, but in looking at the URL up here, let me see if I can move the Zoom stuff. Okay. this is your contact page, and looking at the full URL up here, I see that it says Book Rhode Island Boudoir. So having the Rhode Island Boudoir there is good. However, having your page URL give you something or give specific keywords without also having text on the web page itself is not going to help. So one thing to keep in touch, and if you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, Brooke, this is so much information. I get it. I actually teach SEO. I have an SEO course. I've been teaching it since 2012, almost 10 years. I did my first SEO course in 2012 for wedding professionals. So I know what I'm talking about. I've seen a lot of websites, but we actually cover this in my class that's available only through Thursday. It's called Websites That Convert, and it's only available through Thursday. And just full transparency, it is an offer for my Spiff Up Your Site class, which is available through Thursday. It's a course. And I just added 2 options. So there's the do-it-yourself option where you just go through all the videos and you get coaching calls and stuff like that. But the VIP option actually includes an hour mentoring session on whatever you want. It does not have to be website related. So if you need more information on this SEO and you're like, I didn't know I needed to put text there, I really, really recommend watching that class. You can get it at businessstraightup.com/websites that convert. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long, so that you get this information, because having this URL here is awesome. That is really, really good. A lot of people don't know that they should be doing that. So high five for that. However, if you're doing that without any text on this web page, then it's not enough to rank. And remember, I just did a quick search, and we don't even have you listed on the first page. And if I keep going, oh, you're on the second page. So yay for that. But you know what's funny? Look at what's ranking. Your pricing page is what's ranking, not your homepage. And if we go in here and look at it, that's why, because of this right here. So a lot of people think that they can just stuff their website with keywords and then it will rank, but the text matters so much. So the reason that I'm sharing that is this contact page doesn't have that text, and it doesn't have to be a ton. It has to be 300 words minimum. And typically more words ranks better, but don't fill it with bullshit. Like, we all know what's up when we see a web page. Don't write for the search engines, write for humans, because they will absolutely know. So it is very interesting that your pricing information is ranking. Now that's a good thing. Okay, that's not a bad thing, but because this is what's ranking instead of your homepage, make sure that that page is awesome. Make sure it's really, really awesome. And look at your analytics. I'm curious to see if more people enter your website through that page or if they're entering through your homepage, because if they're entering through your pricing page, then that tells me that they're entering based on search engine results, most likely, because most people wouldn't enter through your pricing page in most circumstances, right? Another really fun tool is Google Search Console. So if you are looking at Google Search Console, this is what I was sharing with this student. It will basically tell you which pages are ranking for which search terms. So I can see exactly what people are searching for to get to my site, which is amazing. And again, if you're not using these tools, at least put the details, and this is based on analytics, so you don't have to put more code in, but then you get to see, because one of the top things that my website ranks for is a specific camera bag review, which is super weird, right? I don't teach about camera bags, but people want to know about the camera bags. So knowing what you're ranking for and seeing that your website is ranking under your pricing page is really, really good information, because it can tell you where people are going where people are visiting your site from. If they're coming to your pricing page, chances are it's from Google. It can also tell you, maybe I need to make that pricing page look amazing. And I will tell you on your pricing page, you need more calls to action. Contact, we have the necessary stuff. We just need more text. Just things to think about. Websites it's a big project. I was trying to think of a nice way to say it, and there's really not a nice way to say it. There are so many things to consider when it comes to websites, and it can be really, really overwhelming. But if you have the basics in hand, it will serve you so, so well. Cindy said, I have an analytics account, but I haven't really checked it out, nor do I know what I'm looking for. So I will have to go through your other content and see what I'm missing and book a mentoring call to see what I need. Yes, girl, do it. I will say, for anyone out there that's like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about, what is all of this stuff, just get the code onto your website, even if you don't know what you're looking at. And I would say the same thing about a Facebook pixel, because what happens is these little bits of code, so Google Analytics in this case, starts to compile data. It starts to collect data, and you can't look at and interpret data that's not there. So even if you don't know what you're talking about, you're like, I don't even know how to read this. I don't know what the hell. And that's actually part of my Spiff Up Your Site course is Google, why am I having issues saying that today? Google Analytics training. So if you're like, I need to know how to read this, I'm happy to help. But even if you don't know how to read it and you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Brooke, please, please, please get that code on your website, because it will help you exponentially. My connection is getting wonky, so I'm going to close all these Chrome windows because I may or may not have 85 open at one time. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, maybe. Cindy said, you're the best, Brooke. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. And again, Spiff Up Your Site is open right now. It only opens twice a year. It's open right now through Thursday, and that VIP option has a mentoring call included. So if your website is something that you're just like, I am not super proud of this. I want to end website shame. No more apologizing for a half-assed website. Cindy said, thankfully I did put the code on. Yes, so you have information. That's huge. So many people don't even have any information. If I ask them, well, how many visits do you have to your website every month? They'd be like, I don't know. And if you're there, I'm not pointing the finger at you. I am telling you this to encourage you to at least get the code on there. Even if you don't know how to read it, even if you don't know what the hell it all means, what does it all mean? At least get the code on there, because that will be so crazy important. So I hope that helps everyone that's watching. Cindy, if you have any other questions, please let me know. If you are watching this and you're like, I need help with my website, it does not look the way that I want it to look, it is not converting the way I want it to look, go to businessstraightup.com/websites that convert, all one word. And yes, businessstraightup.com has 3 S's in the middle of it, because why not, right? If you have any questions on this, if you want a website review, a full website review, please know that there is a waiting list for free ones. I do have an option coming up on my shop where you can pay to get one more quickly. But for the free ones, I do have a spreadsheet that I go through. So that happens every Wednesday in the Facebook group, which is at businessstraightup.com/community. Cindy said, where can I find info on the Spiff Up Your Site course? Go to businessstraightup.com/websites that convert. That is actually a free class. It's an hour long that will give you a ton of information. It's kind of a good starting point. But if you want information on the course, it's towards the end of that class. We'll walk you through everything on the course. So yeah, sorry, I can't find it right now, but I can send you the link. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. Website reviews, SEO reviews, SEO audits. I saw the other day someone had a price of $500 for an SEO audit, and I'm like, damn, I am not charging enough for that. So get it while they're free, I guess. I'm more than happy to help with any of it. I've been teaching SEO for a long time. Websites, I built my first website in 2000, I think. I've been online a lot longer than most. I'm a longtime geek. What can I say? But I am super happy to help. And I can't wait to help you with anything that you need. When it comes to your website, SEO, all the things. Have an amazing rest of your day. And again, high five, Cindy. Thanks for putting yourself out there. I know it can be difficult and scary. So thanks for being willing to be the test subject today. Let me know how I can help. If you want that course, again, it's at businessstraightup.com/websites that convert. All one word. Have an amazing